Welcome back to the Mom's View. We have our mamas here. Katilette, Angel, Carly, and me, Kayli. What's up? What's going on? What's new?
Just loving life.
Yeah, I shot a movie.
What?
Oh, you all didn't know?
Oh, yes, I did.
Casually
Yes, I did
throwing
because
this
you were
off.
talking about it, and I thought you were talking about your life, and I was like,
Oh, yes,
what am I walking in on right now?
It's way funnier when you know the title. Tell them the title.
It's called 50 Shades of Black.
But Kayli walked in at the wrong moment and thought that this was a thing that she was going on in her real life. And Kayli was like,
what?
did Angel really do that? And
I was just like listening and like,
What is happening? She's really talking about this while getting her makeup done?
It's pretty wild.
So the Wayans family, specifically Marlon Wayans, is doing a spoof of 50 Shades of Grey. So obviously the topic has to do with like sex and all the craziness that happens in 50 Shades of Grey. But I play a comedic role in it. I have one really good scene with him. And it was just so great to do. So
I'm proud of you. That's hilarious.
Thank you. But yeah, it was funny when I was telling her, saying some of my lines, she was just like, thinking that this was stuff I was saying to Marcus. She was just like,
we were in the van on the way home, and she was like, did her and Marcus do that? What? How do you think they make twins, Kayli?
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, what?
What? So that's, and auditioning like crazy. That's my life right now.
That's awesome.
What's happening in
Proud of you.
Idaho? And you from?
Idaho.
What's
All the
happening?
things.
School started and football and
Yes!
dance and cheerleading and I'm just a lot happening.
I love the fall. It's all the
I
best
love
things.
it.
It is. It's so pretty. And
And
the
the trees
fall
are
scents. I know you went and like stocked up on all the fall scents. I
I
did
basically robbed Bath and Body
Yeah.
Works. I couldn't decide, and so I was like, I need all the things, and they have such good smells.
Yeah.
I love them.
Fall is probably my favorite.
Me too. Yeah.
I love it.
It's a good time. I'm stressing out about this wedding.
Yes, that's what's
Wedding
going on.
planner. There's like a ticker on my phone. It tells me how many days and the things I need to do. Yeah.
I love it.
I'm just like, I can see why girls become bridezillas because you have so much pressure and like opinions and you just want it to be great, and so that's the only thing I'm trying to not like let my mind go there. I'm like, this is for a bigger purpose than the presentation, but yeah, I'm excited.
It's going to be gorgeous.
Wedding planner.
Yeah. And your opinion is the only opinion that matters. And,
Absolutely.
And Jackson's like a little bit.
He's been really
just a little
good.
bit.
It was so funny. We were picking out colors, and I was like showing him all these color palettes for flowers and this and that, and then I was like, oh yeah, you're colorblind. This doesn't even matter.
Yeah. He's like, yes, I like that color.
He was like trying to you could tell he was trying to put his input in and like be supportive. And he was just like so confused. I was like, babe, they're just colors. Like, and he's like, babe, and I'm like, oh yeah, you're colorblind. So we're just doing classic black and white. It makes it real easy for me.
Oh, that's going to be gorgeous.
Thanks, guys. What about you, darling?
Well, same with Cole. The kids are just like starting.
Yeah.
Gage just started soccer, and it's the cutest thing. He's so excited. I feel like, not on purpose, Gage has been neglected a little bit because he's just so easygoing and he just goes with the flow, and he'll like speak up a little bit, but then it's okay with him if it doesn't happen. So he's doing soccer and it's so fun. He's excited. He just lost his first tooth. Or not his first tooth, but his front tooth. So it's like
Big
a
boy
big
tooth,
change.
yeah.
And I just see him like
Just
changing a lot.
Yeah, that just changes their smile into like little boy into like I'm a big boy now.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah. Anyways, today we are doing something a little different. Each of us ladies have brought our own topic, relating to what's happening in our lives or what we've seen or what we're interested in. And my topic is actually about Braylee because she is almost 11 and she wants to start babysitting. And to me, I started babysitting when I was about 9.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I was also surrounded by family. Like down the road that I lived on was my aunt and my grandma, and then the neighbors were related through marriage. Plus we lived right in town, so she never went too far. But where we live up in the mountains, I know you guys are there most of the time, but you're so busy. It makes me nervous to leave her home just even while I run to the grocery store. But anytime I need to run errands, she's like, you go and I'll watch Winston. And she would love to babysit for other people to earn money. And I was doing that at her age, but I don't feel comfortable with that.
Yeah.
So I went and I looked online at a bunch of different forums to see what other moms felt. And a lot of moms did feel like at around the age 11 that it's okay to leave them for about 15 minutes to a half hour. But I wonder what you guys thought.
You guys can't even get off the mountain in 15 minutes.
I know, that's the thing. Like, just being so far away,
Right.
I feel like changes everything. Because I would hate to put that on her, like if Winston fell and got hurt.
Exactly.
That's a lot to put on a little girl. And I don't feel comfortable with that, but I want her to know that I trust her because I do. But I don't know what to do.
I don't even trust my husband in a situation like that, to be honest. I can understand leaving her by herself, but I would definitely have angst about it. Because like you said, it's not that you don't trust her. You can't trust the little one that you're leaving her with to
Yeah.
like just don't do anything to try to hurt yourself.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
I think small increments is a good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah, that's
just-
what I read about
Just
a
put her
lot.
in the house
Just-
with Winston and come down to my house.
Yeah.
And hang out
Right.
for a couple
How it
minutes.
goes.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been wondering. I want some advice from you ladies on girls and when they should be able to wear makeup. It's kind of another age thing. Like, okay, I know she's getting older, and I know that she's ready. She wants to. She really, really wants to wear lipstick and mascara and all that stuff. And I wasn't allowed to until I was 12 years old. That was kind of the magic number at my house. And so I just wanted to kind of get your opinion on what you think about that.
I started wearing makeup when I went into 6th grade. And I just feel like you're changing
That's like
schools.
12, right?
Yeah, well, I was 11.
11, okay.
11 or 12. Braylee will actually be 12 when she
Okay.
starts 6th
Sixth
grade.
grade.
And so that's what I told Braylee. When you are going into 6th grade, you can wear a light eyeshadow and mascara. I am not about to let her wear lipstick because she wants to wear bright red. And can you just imagine just every day just like you don't understand, like
On her
lipstick can be
teeth
hard
and,
to
like-
wear. You
Yeah.
can like spread that
manage it.
across your face, and so that is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Is 6th grade, new school, you're a little older, because I feel like to me elementary school is just so young. Like they should just still be like little
Right.
tiny.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I feel like I wish that my mom would have just helped me get more interested in health and skin regimens and understanding that makeup is to actually enhance the beauty that's already there rather than to cover it up. But I think that I wish I would have gotten more into like drinking more water and sleeping more and a really good moisturizer and a sunscreen and making your skin keep that young, fresh look as long as possible. And then when you're getting older, you can add to it a little bit with some mascara or some lip gloss. But I think I was only allowed to wear lip gloss and mascara for a while.
I didn't start wearing makeup until the 9th grade, and that was lip gloss and lip liner. I didn't start wearing foundation until college. So
Well, you have great skin.
Yeah.
Well, no,
good
and
skin.
you know what? Nobody in my family really wore makeup. I introduced my family into makeup. My mother wore
Right.
makeup, but like my sisters, like I'm the one that, and I'm the youngest. So I introduced them to like makeup, and still to this day, most of my sisters just put on some lip gloss. That is their makeup regimen.
That's nice.
But I guess I don't know. It's such a personal thing. I think you know what, like you said, with her increments, like starting off with like things that aren't too like. You want her to still look like she's a child, and that's
Yeah.
one thing that I know sometimes is a turn off for me. Not to judge anyone, is when I see a little girl who I'm like, you're 12 but you look 18. Like
Yeah.
why is your face so beat? Like you have great skin right now. That should
Right.
just showcase that. Put
Right.
some lotion on your face, let it glow.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe like little things where she can still feel like she's getting to do something extra, but that it doesn't age her. You know what I'm saying? So I
I
don't know.
love
That's a
Angel
hard
that
one.
you said, let it glow. We can just sing to our girls. Let it glow.
Oh, I smell a video coming on.
Absolutely.
We'll just sing that to
absolutely.
them when they say anything.
Yeah. So my topic is something that's kind of been going around the internet, and I just want to bounce it off your guys' brains and what you're feeling. But this whole body
Fat shaming.
fat shaming, I was gonna say body shaming, but fat shaming video that was put out by a girl who was trying to be funny and be, that's her talent. She's a comedian, and she was, that's what she claims is that she's a comedian. I don't even know how to explain her because I don't want to put her down.
Right.
But the topic that was put out was, fat shaming, that if we shame people who are overweight or obese enough, that they'll feel bad enough to lose weight. And she, kind of went through a scenario where she's in the airport and there was this family who was overweight and they couldn't even keep up, and she felt bad because they weren't healthy. And then this boy sat next to her and she was pushing his fat away. And it was really interesting to me to hear somebody be so honest, but almost like poking at it in a way. And then the video responses that, kind of created within the YouTube community was just so eye-opening, and how quick to judge we are as humans. One girl in particular who I love and adore, and she emulates like strength and confidence as Megan Tonjes, and she made a very great response video about accepting herself and loving herself and knowing her flaws and not needing to hear someone throw them at her constantly.
Well, and like Megan said, she knows what it's like to be a 13-year-old girl watching something like that and how
Yeah.
upsetting that is. And that's what I think was most upsetting about this, is that there are so many young people being influenced by this and now feeling self-conscious about going somewhere or what people are thinking about them when they're standing behind them or sitting next to them. It's so terrible.
Right. I agree.
I don't think she was being honest, so let me start there.
Either.
I don't think she was being honest. I think it was a not well-written monologue to get attention to herself. And I would respect her more if I thought that it was honestly her opinion. That's the thing. It's the lie behind it. It's the I'm going to say this because I want to be famous, not that I really think this. I can respect someone who don't like black people. I'll be like, at least I know it, so I'm not going to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? Than someone who puts on this face to be like, I want you to pay attention to me. And I'm like, you wouldn't say it with somebody big sitting beside you. I bet you wouldn't. If it was all about that, you would not say that. If you were in a room full of heavyset people, your mouth would be shut and you would sit there politely. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of a thing of, with her video, it's not so much, and I feel bad for people who are affected by what she's saying because she's being so rude, but I think I'm more disgusted with the fact that you can't find your shine off of just being the truth that you are.
Yeah.
Right.
You instead have to become this fake person in order to get attention. That is what irritates me.
Yeah.
That you would rather just make digs at folk because it'll be easier for you to stand out, to go
And
viral.
then call it comedy. Like,
It's
there was
horribly written.
nothing funny about the video.
That's how I know. I'm like, oh, she didn't really, because when you write from honest to God truth, then it's funny very easily.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll resonate with people when it's
Something they can relate to and understand, and it is funny.
Yeah.
And I've even seen roasts, and they can be funny, but it's the way she generalized it, like, it makes me cry when I think about it.
Yeah.
It's like, and she even excused herself, like she mentioned gay, and she excused, I wouldn't say anything about that, but I'm going to say something about this. Like, it is shaming, and it's rude, and it's wrong, and it's bullying, and it's like at a mass scale. I know that she probably hurt so many people by that. And I feel like, I don't know, motto, but I'm like, if you're going to put something out in the universe, try to make it good.
Right.
Try to make it at least helping somebody in some way, and that's not helping.
Right.
no.
Well, and
That's my thought.
her claim is that she wants to inspire these people, that if we shame them enough that they'll want to change their ways. And my whole relationship with health and fitness is everybody has a different relationship with health and fitness. And who says that a size determines somebody's health and accountability? I have been in several fitness expos and in the health industry, if you want to call it, and I have seen the people who have the body or the shell of what people think health is, but they are the most unhealthy people. They have eating disorders. They'll take drugs to look a certain way, steroids. They skip meals. They won't interact with family members because they're so worried about the way they look that they're not truly healthy. So I think that it's sending the wrong message. Like, what is health? Is it a size? Is it how fast you can run? Is it what you eat and don't eat? I mean, my shirt literally says pizza is life. And I just hate that the association with health is so topically around the way that somebody looks. And it makes me tear up too, because it's like, how many little kids are on the internet watching this that are suffering from something, so the way that they cope with that is eating or suppressing emotions, or maybe their parents got a divorce, maybe they're abused, maybe there's something much larger affecting them and that's their coping mechanism, and so they go onto the internet to kind of escape, and then they have to be made fun of there. It's like, where are you safe anymore? Where can you feel like you're accepted for just you being you? And so my advice, if anybody saw that video and was hurt and personally affected like that, is kind of like what you said, and like, nobody can make you feel good or bad without your permission. So don't let her take that away from you. And if you are working towards being more healthy, find whatever it is. Maybe it's walking, maybe it's drinking more water, maybe it's just you loving yourself more, which is being more healthy. But we live in such a hard and cruel enough world that we don't need any more people adding to that to try to be funny.
Yeah. And if you haven't watched it, don't. Because it's not good. It's not a good video.
Don't give reviews.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a good. I only got like 30 seconds in, and I was like, "Oh, this is horribly written. Who wrote this? This is awful." Like,
instead, go tell somebody you love them and that they matter.
Yes. Oh, she was just. I don't like when people hide behind lies. But speaking of liars.
Let's bring us into yours. Did you bring a heavy topic like me? Was I the only one that's bringing all the hard topics?
Well, me and my husband, we recently talked about this on our channel, and it was something that actually I had thought about a long time ago, but then it just all of a sudden exploded here recently. Is the website Ashley Madison?
Oh snap!
No.
Oh snap!
I remember seeing their commercial on television, and and having to like stop, rewind.
There was a commercial.
Oh, is
I've
that
seen
a
it
song
too.
with guys? I
thought
want
it was a
something,
Saturday Night Live
someone
skit.
better than my wife, other than my wife.
I
I
seriously
want
thought
something
it
other
would
than
be.
my
Yeah, I
wife.
was like, this is a Saturday Night Live skit. This isn't real.
No, I know.
my
I had to
gosh.
rewind it. I was like, is this serious? And I had to Google it. This happened long before Ashley Madison
Got leaked.
Yeah, this whole leak. Like when I first saw the commercial, because they're singing this really catchy jingle, and it's like several men, and I was like, how much did they pay you all to do this commercial? Like, are you kidding me?
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, are they saying what I think they're saying? So it's basically a website to help facilitate an affair. I was baffled. You know, there's so many dating websites. Like there's datanasian.com. There's
Data farmer.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just was blown away that there would be one set up just for people to have an affair, and that people would actually, I was like, no one would ever sign up for this site. Why would you do
millions.
that? And then it turns out that it's a huge thing, and that it got leaked, and a lot of people's names were associated with it that are well known, and some people who are not so well known. But my mind is blown that someone would go through the thought of creating a profile picture, setting up a subscription.
I can't believe it.
Where does it happen in relationships where having an affair really becomes an option? That you're not that happy? And when do you decide as an adult, like, no, I'm going to stand for something a little bit more?
I think there are certain people who just don't want to do right. It doesn't have to do with
Is it like
how
you said
successful
that
the relationship is.
Curiosity kills the cat. Like, what does it feel like?
Some people are just curious. I think there are some people who probably signed up and haven't had an affair, but they just want to see how in the world does this work. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Because a part of me is like, how does this work? How would that
Right.
work? I'm not about to spend my money. I'm not about to do a free trial to figure it out. But my mind thinks, how does this work? But there are
Right.
some people who just like the thrill, love being with other people, like having that side. They just don't want to do right. Their relationship with their partner could be something out of a fairy tale. They just don't want to do right. And
I think too, like, I mean, being in a long-term relationship is work. Like, you have to work at it every day, and it's good work, and it's worthwhile work, and you shouldn't go anywhere else because you're not going to find true joy anywhere else. Like, I feel like building the relationship that you start out and you work on, like, it can grow into something so amazing and strong and beautiful if you're always constantly thinking, okay, like checking yourself, like, okay, why do I feel
Right.
this way? Like, let's work on this together. And you will have such a beautiful relationship instead of going somewhere else and just destroying and toppling down everything.
yeah.
I love what you said. I'm reading this book right now, and it really talks about the power of our emotions, and that vulnerability is the most undermined emotion that most human beings have because we're afraid to put ourselves out there because it's scary. When you're vulnerable, especially to your partner, it's a little humbling to admit, like, hey, I'm hurting, I'm upset. But when you do that, you bring down these barriers naturally, and you're able to really see each other for how you are, and then you build from that. And it's like you said, it's not easy. You fight, you're vulnerable, you bring down those walls, you communicate, and then it gets built up.
Yeah.
And over time, that goes somewhere. You're building something. You have a foundation and common ground to stand on. And I can't imagine, like, at the end of the day, standing with anybody other than your partner that you've built this trust and this life and this relationship with. And I just feel like, are these relationships missing the core values, or do they just want to have all the S with all the people? You know, it's just like,
Well, I think that we live in an over-sexualized world.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's just everywhere.
yeah. Well, this could go into so many directions.
Yeah.
My mind is just like,
But yeah,
Good
I think
topics.
it's great. I think with relationships, so many things could happen that will make someone go onto that website. But like we said, I'm glad it got hacked.
right.
Because
Karma.
I don't think that it is bringing anyone any type of real happiness. I could be wrong. Other than the person who started it, they're probably making a nice amount of money. But I think just making something like this more aware of the fact that, you know, I know you didn't even realize they had a commercial, and the fact that I even saw it and was like, this exists.
I was blown away when I found it was even a thing. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, and a lot of people don't even know it. So I think just being aware that it's there. I'm glad, like I said, it got hacked. I think it'll make people a little less willing to put that out there. Like if they're thinking about leaving their marriage, maybe instead of embarrassing our entire family, we can
Right.
have an honest conversation.
Yeah. Like maybe it was
Yeah.
a good thing it got hacked because
Yeah.
maybe it just took that to open someone's eyes of like, hey, I'm in trouble in this relationship. And
Yeah.
this getting out there is really like bringing me to the reality that I'm at a dangerous place and this hurting people.
Yeah.
So maybe it happened for a good reason.
Hopefully.
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. Well, thank you for your insight and your topics. I think it was fun to bring our own topics and to see, what's really going on in each of our lives. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe to The Mom's View, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.